Hello everyone, grace and peace to you. If you're new to my channel, hi there, my name is Temie. Welcome. If you are not new, welcome back. Thank you so much for your support. Let's get into this video. This is a soft glam look that I'm going to be showing you all how I created it using a lot of drugstore products, starting with this e.l.f. Wow Brow that I've actually mixed with my L'Oreal Unbelievable brow gel because the Wow Brow is not dark enough for me. It's very brown, so I just added a little bit of the black brown of the L'Oreal Unbelievable brow gel because that doesn't have a spoolie that comes with it. This just makes it easier for me to easily apply the brow product to my brow. Now I'm going to be cleaning up my brows with the Maybelline Fit Me concealer in the shade Walnut, as well as using the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer Satin Finish in the shade Rich Cocoa. I really like the skin tone look of this because it doesn't give me that halo look. You know, when it's too bright, I don't like that. So I always try to stick to concealer that is the closest to my skin tone so that it just sort of blends in with my foundation once I apply my foundation. And I've always also found myself using my what do you call it? I've also found myself doing my eyeshadow before my foundation. It just, I don't know, it just makes my makeup application a bit faster and kind of also organized in a way, if you want to put it that way. Now I'm going in with the NYX eyeshadow base. I've had this for a while and I love using it, and it's in the skin tone shade. I think in this video I should have what do you call it, set it with some sort of loose powder, but I didn't, and for some reason I don't know why, but it still worked out perfectly fine. I probably used a little too much as well, but it's okay. I'm going to be using an e.l.f. beauty sponge to kind of set it without using a powder, which I don't know, it just kind of reduced the amount in there. Next is this Wet n Wild color icon. This is in the, I think, the Heart and Soul shade palette, and I like this because it is very pigmented. I didn't have to use too much. I'm starting with the shade number 1, and I believe that it doesn't have a name. They just named them from the top to, you know, to the left, from left to right, and from the bottom to the right as well. So 1 to 10. So I'm using the shade number 1, I believe number 7, and also number 3 in this video. So just 3 eyeshadow palette, not eyeshadow palette. I'm just using 3 eyeshadow colors, I guess, in order to create sorry, my my voice, I don't know what's going on. Sorry about that, guys. Anyways, I'm using 3 eyeshadow shades to create this look, and this eyeshadow, I'm going to probably use this again in another video because I really like it. It blends very easily, very, very well. First, the way I like to, you know, apply my shadows is pat it in first and then blend it across gently. And I'm now using the number 7 eyeshadow palette, which is like that beautiful rosy, like light pink. I just love this shimmer in this eyeshadow palette. I would definitely recommend this. And this was not quite very expensive. This is drugstore product and it looks very beautifully. I'm actually holding it and looking at it. That's why you can hear that noise. Anyway, I would recommend this if you're looking for some drugstore products that work very well and to create a beautiful Valentine's Day inspired look. I was so surprised at how easy it was for me to apply these shades, and it just blends so well. I'm so glad that it worked very well, because sometimes when you know, want to create a look and it's just getting patchy or just giving me a hard time or whatever, it could also be user error, but this was not very hard to utilize at all. It could also be the eyeshadow base too, I don't know, but it just worked so well, and I would recommend this palette to even a beginner can try and use this to create a simple look for any kind of occasion. And the brush that I'm using, I can't even remember the name of the brush, but I use a lot of different brushes, all from different brands, and I simply just grabbed what worked for me. Now I'm just going to finish up my other eye, And then I'm going to wipe away some of the glitter, I guess, or shimmer that fell down. This is why I like to do my eyes first and just makes it easy to apply my foundation. Now I'm starting, I'm going to take a quick break, take a sip of my tea. Then I'm going to use this L'Oreal Magic Perfecting Base. I really like this. I don't know, I just picked this up on a whim just to try it because it says use under any foundation. And you can also use it alone, but I would prefer to use this under a foundation because it seems to have like a matte effect when you apply it. And like I said, I'm probably applying a lot of this, but a little bit goes a long way. But I really like how it sort of reduced the shine to my face. I see a little bit of white cast, but I think that blends in. Now my favorite OG basic foundation that I love and always go back to. That's the foundation from Maybelline Fit Me in the shade 360. Almost every dark skinned woman or girl used this back in the day. And I think, drugstores are having a comeback because I would rather spend $7 on a foundation that works beautifully. As you can see, look at how it lays on my skin as opposed to spending $42 on one foundation. I mean, do the math. $42 and what, $7 or whatever amount this one is. Beautiful. I was even impressed myself. I'm going back in with my concealer. Like I said, I like my concealer to be almost skin tone, but not quite. And I'm mixing two concealers, actually all by Maybelline in this video. It's not a Maybelline video, by the way, but it just happened to like using Maybelline as well as e.l.f. and other brands. But yeah, I'm using my Maybelline Fit Me concealer in the shade Walnut 57, and I like that subtle hint of brightness that it gives. But I will be layering it with another Maybelline, which is the Instant Age Rewind Eraser concealer, but I didn't use too much of that because like I said, I don't really want an extremely bright under eye. So this is the concealer that I'm also applying just to the inner part and just lightly on my forehead as well as my nose and whatnot. So I applied the concealer in layers just to build it up a little bit. Now I'm gonna go in with my my contour actually, which is the Uoma Beauty in the shade, I believe, Double Take Sculpt Duo Stick in Brown Sugar. And this might not be a drugstore, but I just happened to gravitate toward this during this video, for this video. If not, I would have used like my e.l.f. bronzer or something. But this is the only contour stick that I actually have, as opposed to an actual, like a bronzer that I could use also to contour. I just wanted to use an actual contour stick in this video. I will use a bronzing powder later. You're gonna see what product I use, and that's this one right here, which is the Black Radiance True Complexion Contour Palette in Dark to Deep. This right here is a gem. I mean, for a drugstore product, this is an amazing product to have. If you want a bronzing powder or even for contouring, this is a great product to have in your stash. I mean, it comes in completely handy. As you can see, it's so pigmented, you only need a little bit. You do not need too much, unless you like, to pack it on. That's on you. That's, you do you, but you don't need a lot at all because it shows up. A little bit goes a long way. Moving on to my finishing powder. As usual, I love this medium deep 30 Maybelline Fit Me loose finishing powder for my under eye. And yeah, I could use the poof thingy that everyone uses, but for some reason I've just found myself gravitating towards using a nice fluffy brush to just pat it into my skin, and I build it up from there. I don't like to, I don't know, I used to use the poofy, I can't remember the name of that thing, but you guys know what I'm trying to say. But I feel like it does a little bit too drying or too much, adds a little bit too much product to my under eye, and I don't want that overly matte effect. I want like a satin / matte sort of look mixture. I don't know, that's just my vibe. That's what I like. But if you like the extra matte look, that's great too. Whatever works for you. Makeup is what you want for it to look like for you. Moving on to my Maybelline Fit Me Matte Poreless foundation powder. And this is what I use for all over my face, just to kind of bring everything together. I mean, this foundation powder is perfect for me. I love it. I also could use the Juvia's Place one that I got, but this is my that I gravitated towards. And my blush for today is from AOA Perfect Blush, and in the shade Kindle. I don't know if this is still in stock, but a little goes a long way. Do not dip into this too quickly. I'm going just try to use it a little bit and build it up. Now I'm using the highlighter from the Black Radiance contour palette. It comes with, a contour and highlighter. Then I'm moving on to my e.l.f. Stay All Day Blue Light Micro Settings Mist. The only thing I don't like about this is that it sort of sprays sometimes in chunks and sometimes in, very fine. So I think you have to shake it very well for it to come out in a fine mist. But then, yeah. And then I'm using the highlighter from my Black Radiance palette. That's where I went back to. Now my NYX Professional, this is an eyeliner in the shade Black Brown. This is like my travel pencil, honestly. I use it for lips, I use it for under my eye, and anything that, even my brows sometimes, because it's like the perfect shade for everything. When I travel, I would take this. Going back to the Wet n Wild palette, in the number 7 palette shade, I guess, and I'm just stamping it on top of that eyeliner that I used, the NYX eyeliner, just to sort of buff it out a bit and kind of soften the under eye liner that I have there. So I'm moving on to this L'Oreal Paris Telescopic Carbon Black mascara. So this, I picked this stuff at Target. There's so many different kinds of it. This is in the number, I want to say 935. There's different ones. This one I like because it's slim, very thin, and my lashes are short and curly, so it helps to kind of comb and kind of separate the hairs on my lashes, my lower lashes. I also use it for my top lash, but this worked very, very well for my lashes. So I'm using this Kiss lash glue. So it's a glue and a liner in one, and also this Ardell Naked Lashes in 420. I was just trying to see if I could try a strip lash a different kind, and this is the Naked Lashes that I'm going to be applying. I've had this lash glue before. I've used it before, and so I like it. But you guys, this is probably going to be my new way of applying lashes, because the lash glue works perfectly, and then this Ardell, the band, I guess, which is like an invisible band, it just blends right into those into the liner. But then what I also would say is, if you're gonna try this, make sure your eyeliner that you're lining is very thin, like not too thick, to the point that it's, I don't know, it just has this beautiful look to it where it blends into your lashes, your natural lash. As you can see, look at that. It's like invisible, really. If you look really closely, you cannot see the lash band on my lid. And I would recommend you guys just give this a try. If you are having a hard time applying lashes, try this two combo. Get the Ardell lashes as well as the lash glue liner, and line your eye but thinly. And then I used the telescopic mascara again just to blend it in. I found that, for me, I prefer to apply the mascara after, not before I apply the lashes. And I think it helps reduces mess and all that stuff. And yeah, take a look at that blend. Now I'm going in with my Morphe lip liner. This is my favorite lip liner as of yet, and I think I'm gonna have to stock up on this. This is in the shade Richie, and man, it's like a nice chocolatey, dark, coffee looking color brown. The reason why my lips are brown, I mean red, is because I was trying some red lipstick, and that's why it stained my lip. This is the Maybelline Superstay Vinyl ink lip I think it's a matte lipstick. Yeah, liquid lipstick. So it's in the shade Cheeky number 35. I really enjoyed using this lip color. It has like a perfect pink, but then I also want to mute it down a little bit with my Juvia's Place lip gloss in the shade Nubian Nude. And look at that color blend. It just like brings it together perfectly. This is my favorite lip combo right now. And then I top it up with my favorite lip oil by Merit in the shade Falcon. This is like the perfect chocolate brown lip color for me. It's just beautiful and I just love this combo. I forgot my highlighter, so I'm going to do this. Yeah. Man, I just love this hair as well. If you guys want a video on where I got this hair from, let me know. And yeah, I'm going back again to my brown, Black Radiance highlighter palette or contour palette with the highlighter in it. And I just, I'm just in. Okay, now we are done. This is my final look and I hope you guys like this video. Let me know if you like videos like this showing you some drugstore products, and also like and subscribe if you're yet to subscribe, and also share if you want to, share it with someone that might want to create a beautiful Valentine's Day inspired look. Thank you so much for watching and I will see you in my next one. Bye.